Hello out there to everyone watching, and thank you for returning to RealScreenReviews.com. I am, of course, movie critic Nick Iacobucci, and normally I would be reviewing some big Hollywood feature. However, today's review is going to be a little different. Now, like anyone out there, I have made many friends in the land of YouTube, and one of my friends not only reviews films, he actually makes them. My good friend Trev has been working very hard and diligently on an original film, and I'm very happy to say that it's finally made its debut earlier this week. This independent film is called The Hag, and it is something well worth checking out. Now, you can find this thriller at either of the YouTube channels entitled Hagfilms, which I think is written right there, or What the Lewisses Did. That's all lowercase letters and no spaces. Now, the premise is quite catchy, and I'll keep it brief as to not give anything away. There is a syndrome that affects people when they sleep, and that syndrome is referred to as hag. It's actually short for old hag syndrome, or as science commonly refers to it, sleep paralysis. The main character is experiencing concerns with his sleep patterns, and he uses a device to try and record or interpret his dreams. Now, the big issue here is every time he digs a little deeper into these problems, he gets himself a little deeper into the thrills and chills of the hag. Well, people, the only thing that really hurts this project is that it doesn't have the funding that big studio films have. Now, it might not have the big budget that Hollywood projects have, but what it does have is talent and passion from the people that put it together. I was truly amazed at how absolutely clean this film is. The quality of film is well above average, and so is the on-screen talent. The guys that appear in front of the camera hold their own the entire time, and each one of these characters contributes to the film on a whole. Now, there are other things to compliment as well. The lighting is very well done, and I must say used to great effect in some scenes. Also, Hag was put together in post-production with painstaking accuracy, and the end result is a very smoothly told story. The sound and the sound effects were also some of the film's best assets, and all of the music throughout captured every emotion that it should have. At 31 minutes, this was one of the tightest and most enjoyable independent films that I have seen in recent memory. I must tip my hat and commend Trev, and that also extends to all of his other friends that helped him make this possible. These are people with jobs and families, and they still have enough left over to create and produce something as enjoyable and entertaining as this. Please, once again, do your best to seek out and view Hag at the YouTube channels Hagfilms or What the Lewisses Did. Nick's Real Screen Review is a perfect 4 stars out of 4, and I already know that I'm totally biased on this one, and I really don't care. And that's for the highly impressive thriller Hag from the independent filmmakers over at Hagfilms. Well, I'm afraid that's all I've got time for. Thanks ever so much for tuning in. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel or to Hagfilms. And remember, people, I'm not always right, but only when it comes to the movies, and thank you for your attention.